You're listening to Sexpert with me, Renee, where we say words like piece of shit, motherfucker, cocksucker, cunt. We get so dirty that even your mother's soap bar can't clean our mouths. You've been warned.
Welcome to Sexpert with me and Renee, where we talk everything sex. Get ready for awkward topics, inappropriate jokes, foul language, and a little bit of education. We are no doctors, just young adults looking to inform our generation about sex so they can live healthier, naughtier lives. I'm Mia Renee, your host. Are you ready? Hey, I'm Mia Renee, host of Sexpert, where we help our generation lead healthier and naughtier lives. Welcome to our first official fucking episode, and welcome to my co-hosts. Guys, Madison, Caroline, and Am, introduce yourselves. Let the world know who the fuck you are.
Hi, I'm Madison.
I'm Caroline.
And I'm Amber.
So, moving on, today's episode is about masturbation, because what a better way to start off a podcast than with a sex tip and part of sexuality that requires going like Han Solo here. So, yeah, everyone just got really awkward at that joke. I don't even watch Star Wars. So masturbation, guys. So starting off with just a little bit of sex today, which is our news segment, wonderfully named by Madison like 5 minutes ago. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So Mashable just put up this study, it's not a study, it's like an announcement, but it includes a lot of studies, done by Hot Octopus, puss spelled P-U-S-S. And it's very interesting. The headline is, "This masturbation booth just popped up in New York City." Like, what the fuck? So I'm going to read the article really quick. A sex toy company created a tiny male masturbation fort in New York City. No, we don't condone it. On Tuesday, Hot Octopus erected what it called a Guy-Fi booth on 28th Street and 5th Avenue in New York City, where men could, in theory, go to, and I quote, relieve stress. The company simply put a cloth over a telephone booth in what amounted to a marketing gimmick. Inside was a chair and a laptop. Hot Octopus was inspired by a Time Out survey, which concluded that 39% of the New York men it questioned admitted to masturbating while at work. A more expansive Glamour survey of 1,000 men in 2012 suggested that 31% of its readers had done so as well. So they created this booth so men can take this habit out of the office and into a more suitable environment, designed to give the busy Manhattan man the privacy and high-speed internet connection he deserves.
Oh my goodness.
And a representative tells Mashable, "We may be insinuating that these booths could be used in whichever way anyone would like to self-soothe, but the brand is not actively encouraging people to masturbate in public, as that is an illegal offense." So these were definitely made for people to masturbate in public. I don't give a fuck what this representative told Mashable. Like, damn. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
Talk about some daily action.
Yeah.
Is it like on the streets?
Yeah, it's disguised like a telephone booth on the streets. The one they put up is, for those of you that may be listening that may be in New York City, on 28th Street and 5th Avenue. So, if you're looking for your masturbation booth, it's right there. And we'll link this article in the show notes.
So hold up. If I'm wanting to make a phone call on the side of the street and I walk into this booth and some guy is like jacking off right there, how am I gonna handle that?
Yeah, I thought about that too. That's a little weird. Like, he has his porn. No, it doesn't. Like, you actually,
an in-use sign?
I think they have a picture of it, and it looks like, it doesn't even look like a phone booth. It kind of looks like a bus stop, but with a curtain on one side of it.
So you have to wait in line?
It's a black curtain. Like, it's so weird. And on the side of it, it says Hot Octopus presents Guy-Fi. So I guess that's your hint. But, like, what if some innocent little, like my grandmother, walks up to it and she thinks telephone booth, because back in her day, they actually had working fucking telephone booths. Like, and there's some 40-year-old man jacking off to, like, weird, like, Asian porn or something. Like, what's her reaction gonna be? That's gonna be like PTSD.
Don't give grandma a heart attack, please.
So it looks like they only put up one, but that's still driving me fucking, like, crazy. Like, that is hilarious. And it's, like, even, like, funnier that, like, pretty much, like, 40% of men are saying that they masturbate while at work. Like, who the fuck has time for that?
You're supposed to be working. Pay to touch yourself.
They're working something.
Like, I don't even have time to masturbate in my busy week. Like,
Right.
I had to force myself to masturbate for this show.
Like, God, I'm so tired. How do I do this?
Got so much shit to do. All I could think about, like, if I was, like, using one of these booths is, like, God, I have to do this at noon, and, like, I have to, like, feed my cat, and, like while, like, jerking myself off, like, I could not, I'd be planning out my week, like, you know, figuring out when I'm gonna call my dad next, like, shit like that. Like, there's no way.
Dad or daddy?
Yeah, it's, oh God, we can do a completely different Daddy Kink episode, and I will title it Daddy Do Not Listen to This. But,
oh my goodness.
For real, though.
That would be
like,
successful, I think. It's really catching up.
Catching up. Yeah, so obviously today's episode is about masturbation, which is my favorite topic, because I'm single right now, so so I do quite a bit of that. But it's a great way to really explore your sexuality. Everyone is laughing right now so loud. Like, they're not loudly laughing, but they're visually laughing very hard at my singleness, I guess. But,
No, Madison had a cat.
And Madison is petting her fucking pussy over there. Like,
I thought it was relevant.
it was very relevant. What's your cat's name?
His name is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. Like Jerry Garcia.
Hang on.
Hey, Jerry. I feel bad for the
purring.
listening world. They can't see poor Jerry. But yeah, so masturbation is such a good topic. And today's episode is going to be focusing a lot on masturbation for women because I think a couple of y'all talk to your men about this. And, like, masturbation for men is just, like, a whip it out and do it. Obviously, with those masturbation boots, it's just a whip it out and do it type of thing.
Like, you can just touch it and it feels good.
Yeah.
So there's really no technique.
And there's, like, so much more to it for women, which is, like, fucking great, right? Like,
not that parts of guys don't get ignored, or don't, like, you know, some go unnoticed, and it's definitely
You gotta notice
skill,
all of
but-
them.
Yeah.
yeah, so I found this really interesting article, and I swear this isn't just going to be articles, but this one was really cool, on Cosmo, so aka the Bible, and it'll be linked as well. So it's basically called Your Hands-On Guide to Solo Sex, and it's for women. It's targeted towards women, as Cosmo is usually read by women, but anyone could use this article to their advantage. And it has just 9 really quick masturbation tips. I'm just going to go over them super quick. We can chime in, like, with our thoughts, whatever. So the first one is, you know, don't masturbate like it's something you have to accomplish or else. Like, I feel like Madison's got this awfully weird arched eyebrow look on her face right now. I feel like a lot of women, like, feel like if they, like, almost aren't, like, because I know, like, for women, and I'm assuming it's the same with men, like, we'll be, like, our bodies will be physically turned on, but our minds won't be. Like,
Yeah,
you'll
definitely.
honestly just, like, be putting on a new pair of underwear, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Why is this other one soaked? Like, I've been watching fucking, like, the saddest movie on earth, and, like,
what is happening to me right now?
why is my body turned on? And so, like, I feel like in some situations you feel like, well, I guess I should solve that, but, like, it's not at all satisfying. And then, of course, I feel like some women or men may be pressured into masturbating just because it is such an important part of sexual health, but, you know, if you have a sincere desire, or, not desire, but, what the fuck is the word? If you have, like, a severe, like, repulsion to masturbating, like, don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do, right? But number 2 is my favorite, because it includes my favorite word of all time, and it's use some lube, because why not? Because lube is amazing. It solves every problem. And I
Like
could
a
talk
slip
about
and
lube
slide.
for hours. Oh my god.
Just be
You
careful
did
what
not,
kind.
no, I didn't tell you that story, did I, Caroline?
No.
No. There's this really bad sex story I have that I tell everybody, and I compare it to a slip and slide, and it is lube. Like, it's bad. It's actually, that's my only bad lube experience, and that was the last time I had sex, and probably the last time I'm ever having sex. So, number 3.
Please no.
Number 3, you don't have to focus on the vagina and nothing but the vagina. I feel like women know this already. Like,
Yeah.
because, like, clitoral, like, focus is, like, so much more prevalent. Like, it's
Very
way
important.
better. Like
Very
that's
important.
usually why, you know, women don't get off as much during sex, because guys just focus on the vagina and, like,
Don't ignore it.
don't
important.
ignore the clit, don't ignore the vagina, but, like, damn, like,
together.
use both of them. Yeah, that's why they're so close together. They're meant to be worked together. You know, if they weren't, your clit would be on your nose or something.
But then there are, like, other parts that are really sensitive, too. Like,
Yeah.
other than just that area.
Yeah, like, you know, like your lips and, like, your inner thighs, your nipples.
Your
like,
nipples.
Your nipples! And so, like, play with those, you know? Don't just play with your vagina, because that's going to be boring and really dirty. Also, number 4, really good one. Oh, wait, did I say the other one was number 4? Whoops, this is number 4. Don't feel like you have to start out by jackhammering your clit. I love how they use the term jackhammering for female masturbation, because you usually hear it with heterosexual sex, and that makes me so happy. Yeah, so don't just, like, I feel like that's the best, like, especially with me, don't just start with your clit. Like, don't just start, like hammering at it like you're, like, making some pizza dough or something. Like,
Don't make it into a chore. Like,
yeah,
you know, build
like,
the whole thing
going
up.
back to that first point, if you are making it into a chore and feel like you just have to just go at it and, like, finish in less than a minute, then you probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Like, work yourself up to it. Number 5, you can use a vibrator, but you shouldn't necessarily start with that. I think that goes back to, like, the don't just focus on the vagina. Like, it's going to be more pleasurable, like, especially, like, with G-spot G-spot simulation. Jesus Christ, what is this English language? But G-spot stimulation is going to be a whole lot better if you have, like, worked up to it, and your vagina is, like, fucking ready for that vibrator, or fingers, or if you're actually having sex, anything that your partner chooses to use. 6, if you need visual aids, get those visual aids. That's why porn is so free. Like, I don't know what
So
else,
free.
like, that's why porn is everywhere you go. Like,
But don't rely on it. Don't
rely on
have
it.
to have it
Like,
every time.
But, like, I
it's
mean, I feel
definitely
like some
advantage.
people, like, it takes, like, time to build up to not needing it sometimes. Or if you're, like, really horny and, like, really want to go at it, but your body's not cooperating, it may take, like, some, like, good old porn or pictures or Howard Stern's voice or something to just really get you. Because I don't know about you, but Howard Stern's voice gets me, like, wetter than the fucking Niagara Falls over here. Like,
Oh my god.
7, if you feel like you need someone to literally tell you what to do, here you go. And I'm going to actually read this paragraph. So, the doctor that they're speaking of, Vinning, she recommends that this is a sample starter move. So, slide a finger between your lips to open things up, and then get a little lube on your fingertips if more slickness would feel good. Slide your fingers back and forth from your vaginal opening to your clit. This is, you know, this is why they're positioned so close to each other. So, like, get a little, you need lube, people. Lube! Like, it only takes a little bit of lube. Everyone's like, lube is so expensive. That's because you only lose it a little bit. Like, it's not a lot. And so you just put a little bit on your fingers, and you go, like, from your vaginal opening to your clit, and back and forth. Don't go inside yet. Just tease yourself a bit. Try a stroke that is 1 finger at a time, and then slide a couple of fingers into your vagina, curling them slightly. Slide them in and out with gusto. So, there is your instructions. I feel like that's,
like this dark-haired
not
Italian
gently,
gusto.
like, what does gusto mean? Like, I'm gonna look this up. Like, let's see here. I may go to a pretty prominent university, but I sure don't know what gusto means.
I feel like it's aggressive.
Dictionary. I feel like it is like a... Gusto. No.
Like with brisk?
Hearty or keen enjoyment. Individual taste or liking. I think that's the best one. Individual taste or liking. So, shove those fingers up in ya to your liking, is what it's saying. Which, because, you know, every woman's G-spot is located in a different area, and it's up to her to find it, which is why masturbation is so important. Number 8, work some penetration into the mix if that feels right for you. Yeah, so, again, some women have a really hard time getting off with vaginal, like, stimulations. Their G-spot is hard to reach, or it's just not, like, easily pleased. And so sometimes I just focus on clitoral orgasms, which is fine if that's what works for them. But if you want some penetration, you want something inside of you, or you want some, you know, some of that G-spot action, definitely do some penetration. Or if you want some anal action, do some penetration. Just be clean and safe. Because, and never go from your anus to your vagina, or, like, never. That's how you get UTIs, fam. Like, don't do that. And number 9, another important one, you don't always have to lie on your back. Like, you know, like, here's some recommendations.
Downward dog.
Lifting your legs as high as possible. So, like, Caroline, we all know you're good at yoga, so, like, so I'm sure she can do, like, the knees to, like, her nose thing, like.
I'll practice that one.
No,
Get back to
no,
you.
it's in parentheses. We're talking knees on your shoulders here. Like, can you do that? Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
start doing some stretches.
Yeah,
with your hands.
because stuff like that can help you reach the internal parts of your clitoris. Or turning on your stomach and seeing if that feels good to you, if you're able to, like, reach yourself and do that. Or, like, standing up, or, like, in the shower. Shower can
The
be
shower
really
is
steamy.
very good.
Shower is very
Yes.
good, especially if you try, like, bending over in the shower.
Because then,
that can help a
then
lot.
cleanup's easy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but after I, like masturbate, I have to, I usually have to take a shower.
Yeah,
like, I'm
same.
just, like, I just feel like I need to clean myself off, especially if you're using lube. It just, like,
It's everywhere.
at least you feel a little dirty. See, like, I'm not the type of person that could just hop into a masturbation booth and call it a day and go back to my 9 to 5. Like,
I honestly think that that's probably more for guys. Like, I don't know.
yeah, no, it definitely.
Maybe some people can.
The way the article was written, it's definitely, like, for guys. But,
Do they
I
supply
don't see why
socks,
women couldn't
or-
use it. It looks like they just supply a chair and a computer. So,
Is there a
gross,
corner?
no
that sounds
sock.
so nasty.
I think it's BYO sock. BYOS. I think you have to bring your own. So, before we came on today's episode, I asked everyone to do me a little favor, to do a little bit of homework. And by homework, I meant they needed to masturbate before coming on this show, or else they couldn't join me. So, just so they could have, like, fresh on their mind, basically what they wanted to talk about, and, yeah, like, what they wanted to talk about, and, like, if they had any recommendations that they noticed from their experience or recent experience. And 2 of my co-hosts did some mutual masturbation with their partner, which is super hot. So I want to hear, like, what everyone thought. I got some interesting texts from people, so, like, everyone just, like, chime in, like, give me your input. I want to hear all about you masturbating.
Well,
Go
single-handedly, I guess, I could recommend shower heads. If you have removable shower heads, they are the bomb.com. Like, you have to try.
That's like a sex toy built into your house.
Like,
the best
you
one.
just shower off, and then you go ahead, and then you shower off some more.
That's beautiful.
That's what I wanted to bring, but I was, like, laying in the bathtub, and I, like, took the bathtub faucet.
Oh,
and
that's
I-
right.
Yes.
I saw some of your, like, tweets or something last night about being in a bathtub. I didn't even think about that shit. Or it wasn't last night, it was the other night.
And then you
But-
can control the, like, water pressure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, damn. that's
Gusto.
hot. Yeah, you're
You don't even-
to
you
your
don't have to
own
even-
gusto. That's nice.
You just sit there and imagine.
Oh man.
'Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
like
electronics and water don't really mix, so it wouldn't bring any kind of, like, visual aid.
Keep your laptop
Yeah.
in your bedroom.
maybe play some Howard Stern
my
or
goodness.
something. Like, I don't know. It's whatever works for you. What about you, Amb? Like, I haven't heard much from
Well,
you.
I was really sick yesterday, so I didn't actually get to do my homework, but my
Yeah.
most recent time was probably within last week, and I just keep it old fashioned and just stay in my bedroom. Nothing special.
Oh, girl, that's good. Comfy bed. You know, sometimes it's nothing better than just your comfy bed. It's, you know, it's really wherever you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like some people may not feel comfortable in the shower or standing up or in a public place. Not me, but like beds are perfectly acceptable. Like that's where I masturbated twice today. So
And I think
What's
that's
up,
key
world?
to mutual. I think that's key to mutual to like be comfortable.
yeah.
Make sure you're comfortable.
So talk a bit about like your mutual masturbation experiences, because I feel like a lot of people are really scared to mutually masturbate with their partner because masturbation is such like a not like it's like a private thing, especially for women, but like it's almost like a I don't want you to see my weird orgasming faces that I can't control as well when we're having sex. Like I feel like that would be my mindset. So like how are your experiences with your partners? Like I want to hear.
Well, like, my most recent experience with that was I was like, I don't even know how to explain this because they can't see my hands.
Maybe I can see your hands, so maybe I can help explain
Well,
it.
he was like coming at me from
So he
behind.
was a
but
walking
It was
man.
me kind of like doing some clitoral stimulation, which just kind of like
Were you laying on him?
no, I was on my hands and knees.
Oh.
Oh.
Where was he? Okay, so you're like hands and knees.
It was
Where is
doggy
he?
style.
It was like camel pose. Since you do so much.
All yoga terms here.
yeah, all the terms. So where was he?
Oh, he was inside me, and
Okay.
it was me kind of just doing clitoral stimulation to
Yeah.
just push that little level.
That's super helpful. Yeah. And I feel like that's always if I'm on my stomach or if I'm in like doggy pose. Like we're talking sex, not yoga now, but like I feel like that is my best position to reach any type of orgasm.
Yeah.
Mainly clitoral, because G-spot orgasms for me are like hard as fuck to accomplish.
Absolutely.
I don't know about for you guys, which is why like clitoral like orgasms are so important. But Madison, how was yours with your boy? Like I feel like you two are just raunchy as fuck. I've heard some stuff.
We really are.
Like wasn't it like you broke a tie or something one time? Like you were telling me this a while ago, but like
this
is like
this is like I'm sure we'll find out about more as the show goes on. But it's really nice, actually. It was recently that it happened. And, you know, I think the key, it was hard, you know, like you said, it gets a little nervous and you worry about, you know, what are they going to think? Why
Yeah.
they're going to be watching? What am I going to do about that? And really, it's not that, it's really easy, actually, because you start to not care, and then, you know, they're enjoying it so even more by watching you, and it's a like, oh, you like that, I like that too, I like that even more, like, and then it's just, you know.
Yeah, mutual masturbation is such a great way to discover like what your partner likes and just make sex all that better. I mean, masturbation is just like I don't want to compare it to the Ten Commandments, but it's kind of like the key that was given to us by a higher being, like to lead a successful and holy life. And that is masturbation in terms of sexuality.
You definitely have to know yourself before you can get somebody else to know you, like.
Definitely. And like helping helping someone else discover how you like to be pleased. And sometimes it's really hard for people to put into words, or it's really embarrassing to talk about with your partner. So like fucking doing it like and showing them, as embarrassing as it may sound, may actually be easier than just being like, I like it rubbed this way. Because like guys have like maybe 2 angles they can rub. Like girls have like diagonal, like horizontal, vertical, circular, like fucking you could probably do a satanic star. Like,
next time
we've already lost subscribers. Like they're like, oh my gosh, this is way too much.
We don't worship the devil. It's
we
okay.
don't worship the devil. We just really love sex, which I guess can be intertwined, but whatever. And I actually found this really funny thing. I just came across it when I was looking for articles to talk about for our Sex Today. And it's on Refinery 9. I'll link it below in our show notes. And it's the 30-day masturbation challenge. It's for women, again. Sorry, guys. I feel like guys don't need a 30-day I feel like they're just masturbating 30 days anyway. But this one is really neat. I'll read, like, a couple of the examples. So I'll post, like, the image of it also in our show notes. The image that actually shows, like, the 30 days and what to do for each day. But the actual link tells you how to do these things. So, like, day 1. Diagonal stroke with one finger for 5 minutes. And that's like all you do, I'd assume. Day 2, up and down stroke with 2 fingers for 5 minutes. Day 3, side to side stroke with 2 fingers, 5 minutes. Day 4, circle your clit with 1 finger, 5 minutes. Day 5, use a toy, 5 minutes. And it basically just builds up, and then it like builds up with the minutes to where you're doing the stuff like 25 minutes. Like, use a toy for 20 minutes. Like, it's like the squat challenge where you're trying to squat for longer and like more, except you're like touching your clit for longer and for more.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like a workout plan. Jeez.
But really, it kind of is. Like, it can be your workout and your sex, like, 30-day challenge. Like, there it is. And we're recording this in May, so it is, masturbation month here. And apparently today it's like, I think Caroline tagged me something on Instagram earlier. It's like, is today like masturbation day or something?
It's
like
National Orgasm Day. And
it's National.
They hope you come or something.
Not even gonna lie.
Why are post offices open? Like,
you go, Madison.
3 times.
So I'm glad it was today.
Like, just yourself or like?
Oh no.
Oh,
it's in the stars.
Yes. So do you guys have any favorite toys, or do you just like stick to fingers, or?
Oh no, definitely use toys.
Definitely. Oh, Madison's like, definitely use toys.
Yeah, your vibrator's your friend.
Yes. So, like, do you guys want to talk about, like, what you like to use or what works best for you?
I don't even know the names of them.
You can hold them up and we can try
them hard. I don't have them with me.
Where the hell are you?
Bring your toys
in
to the
my
party.
Bedroom.
Oh, why doesn't he have toys?
Oh, well.
That's a good question. So, like, just vibrators, or like just clitoral vibrators, or do you have like the rabbit, which is like the thing?
Yes.
The rabbit. Okay,
yes,
you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is the rabbit?
The rabbit
the bullet.
is the bullet is cute. The bullet is like a small, like, smooth metallic kind of, like, it looks like a fucking bullet. Some of them you can wear as a necklace. Like, that's my goal. They make them small enough that they look like an actual. Yeah, you could just wear it to work. That's like the women's phone booth orgasm. Like, that's like they can wear their bullet and then go to the bathroom and just like work it out with their bullet necklace or whatever works for them.
And then they have to re-wear it around their neck.
But the traditional. No, you clean them. Don't you clean your sex toys, Madison? You freak. Like, you need to clean them. Like, clean them off. Like, wash them with warm soap and water.
Well, yeah, I guess if you're in the bathroom, then yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like you're already in the bathroom. Might as well. But the traditional bullet is like about the size of what, like an egg, maybe a little bit larger.
Like, maybe.
Yeah.
Like with my pinky.
It's like it looks like it looks like my makeup blending sponge. Except metal.
Mine's thinner.
Some of them are thinner. Some of them are like this wide or wider. And that's great for like external, like stimulation. So like your clit. But I've heard a lot of good things with those with men. Especially when women are particularly using them on men, not just men using them. I feel like that'd be a little weird, but using them just going along the shaft of their dick or something, and it just like sends really good vibrations, or like the tip. I'm sure because it's
vibrations.
The good vibrations, and Good Vibrations is actually a website that sells sex toys. So if you go to, I think it's goodvibrations.com. Let me check that, like goodvibrations.com. They sell sex toys, or it's goodvibes.com. I have it unrecognized in my search bar. Yeah, Good Vibes, and they sell I'll just send it to everyone. I'll link Good Vibes as well on show notes.
Do you want to explain what the rabbit is?
Yeah, so the rabbit is basically like, it's a dildo, but they usually vibrate, rabbits. Some of them don't. but it's a dildo, but it has like this thing that pokes out of it. I'm sure everyone has seen one, they just don't know what it's called.
looks kind
It
of
has
familiar.
a thing, it's like it pokes out of it for clitoral stimulation while you have G-spot stimulation. We're all like using our hands to describe it, but it has like these little ears so that when you stick it in you, the ears hit your clit. The only problem for some women with the rabbit is that, like, because of the way their bodies are shaped or something, like, the clitoral part doesn't stimulate their actual clit or as directly as like they would like it to. And they've come out with a lot more like advanced, like they've come out with so many, I can't even, like, I was not prepared to talk about every sex toy under the sun today, but we can devote an episode to that. I like love sex toys because they're just so interesting. They're kind of like they're just like new products for anything, like new models of cars or something. Like, it's like, this is the latest and greatest and this is how it helps you. And some of them are expensive and some of them aren't, but you want the best quality, but you want what's going to help you. And it's kind of like an insurance plan.
Yeah.
It's
The
you want it
Nimbus
to help you out.
3000.
A Nimbus 3000. God.
And then you have to pick what you can afford, so.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Bullet is one of the more like affordable, like they're $20 or under depending on where you buy them. So sex toys are obviously great for masturbation. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about with masturbation specifically, or do we want to move on to emails? Ooh, I think emails it is. Like, everyone's kind of like...
Though I do have my masturbation, like, fun fact.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. So this is our Weird Sex with Caroline segment. Go ahead and throw that out there. Go for it.
Well, like, okay, so right now I'm, like, cramping really bad because I'm on my period. And so when I was looking through, like, fun facts, the one I found that I really liked was, do you ever run out of Midol? Well, just so you know, the most effective way of soothing cramps is masturbation. Which I spent a lot of time in the bath today.
Was it effective? Did it work?
It was so effective. I was like, I don't even need to leave.
I guess
That
it
is
like
beautiful.
release it.
It like releases the tension. I tried before
releases the
and it
muscles.
is pretty effective.
Yeah, it just, like, releases, because it's your inner, like, uterine walls that are, like, cramping and, like,
Screaming.
flexing. Scraping. Killing you, so it's,
Get
like...
me out!
It helps, and I personally have never tried it, partially because I like to boast that I don't get a period anymore because of the birth control I'm on. So I'm about to hit my 2 years. I'm not having a period. Yeah, so y'all can suck my dick.
I guess. Well, mine, I'm not supposed to be on one, and it's like decreased it.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
day
mine
one,
too.
the cramps are like a punch in the face.
See, my
Yes.
my cramps were really, like, I couldn't function with cramps when I had them. So, but the birth, I'm on Nexplanon, which is the implant in the arm. So I love it. I've gained like 500 zillion pounds on it, but I love it, and I don't have a period, so I love that. But when I did like have a period, and when I would get my minor cramps, which I would usually prevent by like taking 4 or 5 ibuprofen, like I'd never actually tried masturbating, but I also, when that was happening, I was like 14 and 15. Like, I wasn't quite as aware. Like, I was more embarrassed about it. I was also usually at school in first period. Like, didn't feel like popping that out or like hashing it
like-
out.
And that's
But-
another thing. Like, don't feel embarrassed by it. Definitely, it's natural. Everyone's done it.
Definitely do it in your school's bathroom. Like, fuck
What?
that. Oh, well, you guys know there was a rumor spread about me in high school. So Caroline and Madison and I went to the same high school. I've known Amber since middle school, though. So we all know each other. But in my high school, there was a rumor spread about me that someone told me about when I was a junior. Caroline's fucking nodding her head like, damn, that bitch probably started the goddamn rumor.
No way.
There was a rumor spread about me my junior year that I would masturbate in the back of class. And I remember this guy told me this rumor, and I was just like, yeah, it's probably true. Like, like, who the fuck would believe
Probably
that?
true.
Like, I don't know. I lost count of how many times I masturbated in high school. Like, I
You
have
know you
no
did it,
clue.
Mia. Don't lie.
Totally. No, actually, I don't think I did. Like, I'm trying to think about it. That should have been my senior prank, but like, I didn't. I didn't because I had standards. But I don't know what voice I'm using there, but it is definitely not my sex voice, like what I've been using.
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Okay, if my partner likes it, I'll use it. But yeah, it was just the weirdest rumor, but I feel like that just accurately sums up my entire fucking life. That and the fact that everyone thinks I'm a lesbian, but
Hey,
it's because I talk about sex all the time.
you're lucky you got out of that school. Everyone,
Yeah.
things they say about me.
Girl, whatever. Like,
That's high school.
high school is catty, and I quit giving a fuck by the time I graduated. And, I did pretty well, And by the time you graduate, especially if we have any high schoolers listening, like, you get to college and everyone's just having sex with everybody. Like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not that big of a deal anymore.
like, everyone's just, like, I don't know anybody that didn't have sex with anybody. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, but it's definitely much more sexually open, which is amazing. So, let's move on to our emails, which,
Yes.
guys, sadly, we received a new email during the recording of this show. But we're going to hold it for next week's show so I can read it over first. So we're going to save it. So we have 2 to read today. If you want to submit an email, it's super easy, guys. Just go to miareneecole.com, miareneecole.com, and there's a tab at the top. It's like the top left corner. It says Sexpert, and there's a Google form. Fill it out. You're good to go. All you have to do is give a name, which it doesn't even have to be your real name, just a name you want us to call you by, your age range, and then like where you're from, just so we kind of have a vague idea, and then your question or your suggestion or your weird sex story or whatever. So go ahead and send them in. We'll read them on the show. So we have 2 today. So the first one is kind of an advice-centered one, and it's from a girl named Anna from Chapel Hill. And this is a really interesting one. I don't know if you guys read these over before coming on the show or not, but this one is really interesting. So she was with this guy. She had like this kind of hookup situation with this guy, and she ended up blowing him for about 30 minutes, and he wouldn't finish. So she said, I ended up blowing him for about 30 minutes, and he would not finish. A few times I thought he was close, but it just didn't happen. He then blamed me for him not getting off and said I wasn't good enough. I don't know what to do because I really feel like it wasn't my fault, and I've never had a guy not finish before. I guess it's weird being on the flip side of the situation. So let's talk about this without getting too angry.
I love her sass. I think I love that.
Yeah, really.
It's interesting because she did say this is the only guy she's ever not been able to get off through oral sex. But he still blamed it on her, and he said that it was her fault. So like, what are your thoughts on that? Because I feel like that feeds into a lot of insecurities for girls, especially like there's so much pressure when giving blowjobs or oral sex for either sex to get the other one off, but I feel like it's especially more like there's a lot more pressure on women to get guys off because, well, quite frankly, guys get off a lot quicker than women do, and oral sex tends to be more fixated on getting guys off than getting women off. In my experience, a lot of times guys go down for about 2 minutes and then they're back up wanting to fuck. So they're like they can't breathe or something. But so like I feel like it just feeds into these like insecurities that people have when giving oral sex. And so like what do we say about that? Like, first of all, like how does she handle the situation and what this guy said to her? Like, yeah, like
That's just insane.
So, I think a lot of it's definitely not her fault. I don't think so at all. Don't even blame yourself, I think guys have a lot of insecurities about their masculinity sometimes, and that kind of projects on that. There are times whenever, you're not going to feel it and it's just not going to happen. Like, you're not always going to finish. It's just not going to happen, whether guy or girl. And that must have happened to him, and he was really insecure about it, and he put that anger off on you, and that's not your fault at all, like, in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like the guy in the situation definitely, like, if you ever are in a situation, guy or girl, where someone doesn't get you off, first of all, don't blame them.
No.
It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault for not for someone else not finishing. It just doesn't happen. You don't know what the situation is. Like, this guy could have had, like, whiskey dick for all we know, but who knows?
Yeah, really.
So never, like, blame your partner or whoever for not getting you off. If they're doing something that is making you uncomfortable or it's not pleasurable, guide them. Like, definitely, like, this goes back to the whole masturbation thing. Like, you need to be masturbating to figure out what works best for you. And that helps you know how to guide your partner when giving you oral sex. You know where their tongue needs to be, or their hands need to be, or what they need to be sucking and what they don't need to be sucking. And that can help a lot, especially when guys go down on girls. Because, like, I feel like a lot of guys need, like, a map. Like a GPS when they
We
go
should
down
just
there.
draw a map.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, there's plenty of diagrams out there, but so definitely don't blame the partner, and, like, I mean, if you are in a situation where you're unfortunate enough to have someone tell you that you suck because you couldn't get them off, basically just, I would personally write them off. Like, I would be like,
Oh yeah.
fuck you, and never speak to them
Yeah,
again. Because that's,
exactly.
that's, like, such a shitty thing to say. Yeah, Am, what is it?
I agree because it's like a very shitty day. I can't really like express my
Yeah.
feelings because I've never been like wishing, but I can only imagine how that like brings your self confidence down.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, like, even, like, as I've been in situations where, like, you can't get someone off and they won't, like, express it or they won't say anything, and they'll be like, it's okay, really, it's fine, but you still have this guilt because you can't get them off, and it's like you feel like you really needed to, or you owed that to them or something, and, like, it's a mental game, and it doesn't help when someone tells you, hey, you didn't get me off, so you're awful at oral sex. Like,
God.
just don't tell people that. Don't listen to people when they tell you that. And, you know, if oral sex isn't working for you or a partner, learn what works best for you, what works best for them, and that involves communication. And even if it is just a hookup, if you want it to be a quality hookup, you're going to need that communication present. So our second email is from Fern, and she is from, or she or he, I'm going to say it's a she, is from Dallas. And her question is, what do you all think of bisexual behavior? So this is just kind of an open-ended question. Ladies?
I think
yeah.
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's not a myth.
I honestly believe that in some way, shape, or form, every girl is bisexual.
Everyone's a little gay.
Well, wasn't it like Billy Joe Armstrong or someone that said, he's like famous, I only know this because I was like an emo middle schooler, but like, he said something like, everyone is born bisexual, but society tells them to be straight. Like, he had like this really cool theory, and it's kind of like, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, like, that makes sense, to me at least, but I think everyone is a little bit gay. It's kind of like that Avenue Q song. Everyone's a little... Oh, no, that's the racist song. What's their... They have another song! And it's about being gay or something. And it's like,
not gay, that's
you may
not
be
great.
gay, but it's okay because, hey, I like you anyway. Like, those are the lyrics. But it would go really well with everyone's a little bit racist, because I'm thinking everybody's a little bit gay, right? So, like, if you guys haven't seen or listened to Avenue Q, you definitely need to do that, because that's like Sesame Street, but, like, rated X, like Muppets having hardcore sex on stage is basically what that musical is. But yeah, I think everyone is a little bisexual, even if it's a little bit repressed. I think our generation definitely is more. We're what, Generation Z or something? We're not the millennials. A lot of people think that we're the millennials, but millennials are like early 1990s. We're like Generation Z or X or Y or one of the 20-something in the alphabet. And there was a really cool video done by Fresh U, which is a cool publication that I have the opportunity to work as senior editor with. And it was something around like, I forget what it was. I wish I had it pulled up, but it was like 40 or 50% of our generation does not identify as solely straight. Like, and I think it's more and more people, like, are being born and raised into this world where they're being told you can love or be with anybody you want, compared to, like, people who have, you know, were born, like, they were the baby boomers, or they were born during maybe, you know, Vietnam era, and they've been told marry the opposite sex, have babies, like, maybe less the Vietnam era, but still more so than now. You know, you kind of have these, like, roles in society that people have been told they need to have, and now, obviously, those are almost out the window. They're kind of getting there. The window's open. But, so I think more and more people our age are more likely to have bisexual tendencies, but even then, like, I hate labeling things, and, like, I feel like, because, you know, when you think about it, like, bisexuality is, like, being attracted to, like, a male or a female, like, explicitly, like, so where does that leave people that are in the transitioning process, that are, like, people that don't identify as a particular gender, like, they're gender fluid, like, where does that leave people like that? So, like, then that leads into pansexuality, and, like, I'm just like, let's just quit labeling sexuality, and, like, I'm over here, like, I just love everybody. Like, the best description that I've ever been given is someone called me a half lesbian one time. I'm like, that works. Whatever. Yes. Like, so whatever works for you. But I just love everyone, and I think everyone's great, and I want to have sex with everyone, almost. And so I feel like we just shouldn't be labeling things, but bisexuality is definitely a very, like, prominent part of our society, especially as our generation XYZ, or whatever the fuck we are. Because we're all, like, have more, like, we have more gay tendencies, like, and that's totally cool. We're more familiar with our bodies than our parents may have been. We're more living more sexually healthy lives, and I mean, that's the whole point of this podcast, is, you know, to help people, especially in our generation, be more sexually aware and healthy, especially since, you know, sex ed in a lot of schools, in the school system, where I could definitely say all of us came from, the teaches, like, shit sex ed. So, like, kids aren't learning what they need to learn. And we're here to not just teach that, but put a positive light on it and say, hey, do what you feel comfortable doing. Sexuality is a healthy part of your life. And really maintaining a healthy sexuality is maintaining a healthy fucking life. Masturbation should be as fucking normal as going to the goddamn gym. Like, in my opinion. And, I mean, like, that's just the whole point of this podcast. And I feel like that's a pretty good sum up. What do you guys think?
Shout out to the internet for making this available.
Yes, seriously.
I think that's really opened it up.
Yeah, the
I love
internet
technology.
Has helped a
Pun
lot.
intended.
Thank you to Pornhub.com. They are not sponsors, but I wanted to thank them personally from my heart. I also want to give a huge shout out to Brandon Shelton, who designed our logo. It's a really fucking cool logo. He's a really talented guy, so hit him up if you want anything graphically designed. He said something like the R and the T that he did for the word Sexpert took him longer to do than almost the entire logo put together. So, dedication right there, guys. And you can find us on social media. So, if you go to facebook.com/Sexpert with Mia Renee, and it's not the W with a slash, it's with WITH. So, facebook.com/Sexpert with Mia Renee. I'm going to link all this shit in the show notes as well, so you can definitely click on it. You can find me on basically any social media platform as Mia Renee Cole. I don't know if you guys want to give your stuff, but go for it if you do.
You're welcome to follow me on Twitter. It's Cara Rochelle, which
It's really hard to spell.
I'll have Mia spell that out in the description.
And you can find mine in the wherever
Madison
Mia's gonna put
is
it,
just
because mine's too hard.
You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, whichever you prefer. Instagram is Queen Am, and then my Twitter is I Hate Am. The hate with 2 A's. It'll be in the
Am also. Yeah, you also have.
Yeah, I do makeup YouTube videos.
Makeup with Am, so check that out. She's super talented. I would definitely check out. You did a really cool tutorial of the Snapchat filter with the rainbow melting eye makeup, but you did that tutorial for your actual face, and it looked just like the goddamn filter. You put it up, and I saw it on YouTube, and I was thinking, did she just use the filter? No, it was a really cool makeup tutorial. So she's really talented. All right, so I think that's it for today's show, guys. We came out at a really good time. And next week's episode is going to be about Tinder and online dating and online hookups. And I think it's going to be me and Am, but we may have Caroline and Madison join in if they want. But we'll see you then next time. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.